They would have cut 45 minutes over.
About to watch walk around. Guy. That guy over in the corner.
How is Tony?
We got 10 and 9, so next week
Now we're discussing the bracket.
Hey, so
I've known that.
Baby panda.
Good morning, everybody. How are you doing this morning? So, just to kind of give everybody a heads up, and if there's any objections, please let me know. But the consensus was to help fill this spot, because we have to have this spot, was to bring back Stan and Dakota for a second chance. Okay? Anybody agree, disagree? Everybody good with that? Okay, so this week we've got Erik and John on the Prius. Then we got Dakota and Stan, and then Chuck and Marcos. And then it's going to go to Brian and Shauna on the Malibu. Okay? All good? Once you guys do this walk around, then we'll draw to see what vehicle you guys are doing on. Okay? So you got the 2016 all-new Prius. You got a lot of new information on it. One thing that Toyota just released today, guys, is for this entire month, if you've got any Prius owners that trade in a Prius or a Prius, or they don't even have to trade it in, as long as they own a Prius, if they buy a new 15 or 16 Prius, they get an additional $500 rebate. So on top of all the other incentives. So all they need to do is provide proof that they have registration of a Prius of some year. Okay? So we got Erik and John today. So who's elected to go first? That's a good one. All right, let's go, Erik.
morning. Morning. All right, first. That's what this is. Okay. First, or the original, or superior. That's what Prius means. That is the meaning. And it holds true. I mean, first, original, superior, those all fall into play. There's no competition. Okay? There is, but nothing really compares. I mean, since 1997, that's 19 years, the Prius has withheld CO2 emissions released in the atmosphere up to 11,800,000 tons. That's impressive. That's very good. This kind of hybrid system. The Prius 2 Eco, actually, the 2016 Prius 2 Eco, which is a trim level I'll talk to you more about later, just got nominated this year for the #1 gas-efficient hybrid on the market, period. Ever. Nothing else compares. 95% of the Priuses 10 years ago that were sold, they're all still on the road today. That's amazing. I mean, what compares to that? You know, since 1997, it started in Tokyo, Japan. 3 years later, in 2000, it was released worldwide. 8 million hybrid units have been released, guys. 8 million. 5.2 million are Toyota. Prius, 5.2 million. That's 65.4%. What compares to that? Not a whole heck of a lot. That's amazing. And what's the point of this vehicle here? MPG, right? MPG is the point. Period. That's what it is. It's a 1.8 4-cylinder, a hybrid synergy drive system. Okay. Another impressive thing, you know, I pointed out that Prius 2 Eco, 58 miles per gallon in the city, 54 on the highway. Not trying to take something out of Coxie's book, But that's 655 miles, guys, on one tank of gas. That's 11.3 gallons. 655 miles. You can travel back and forth to cruises 9.5 times. I could travel back and forth to cruises in my truck twice and refill it with gas, and it's going to cost quite a bit. So, I mean, that just speaks for itself. You know, the hybrid synergy drive, pretty complex piece of machinery. You can do a whole presentation on that itself. It gets pretty complicated. So I'm just going to break it down to where, I mean, we can all understand it easily, okay? Very, very unique system. There's a reason why Toyota's #1 in the hybrid department. So you have your petrol engine and your battery charged electric motor, okay? And what they do is they work in harmony with each other, basically. When you need more power, the engine kicks in. When you don't need as much power, the battery kicks in, okay? They just work with each other. It's actually a beautiful thing. You're saving money. You know, families on a budget with this car, it's the perfect car for them. That being said, with that hybrid synergy drive, you also have a regenerative braking system. Okay, on normal brakes in a car, usually the energy that's coming off of it is noise or heat. Okay, well, with this braking system on the Prius, those regenerative brakes, so the kinetic energy is going straight to the battery. That's why the gas mileage is so good in the city. Your battery's consistently charged. You have enough charge for that engine power to change over the battery when it needs to. Stop signs, stop lights, residential areas, traffic jams. It's going to use that battery power. It's going to try and conserve as much gas for you as possible, period. That's what it's designed for. As you can see, there's a dynamic new look to it. Okay? Let's just shatter all expectations right off the bat. All right? You can see they shaved a little fat off of it. We got some wing paint out here to cheat that wind, give it that more aerodynamic feel. 17-inch rims, LED lights on the front and back. That's what you can see. What you can't see is the double wishbone rear suspension. That's new for 2016, guys. It's going to give you more, your Prius is going to be more responsive. It's going to be a lot smoother ride for you, okay? A lot smoother ride. Now, the thing that struck me on the Prius, first time I saw it, y'all know Jason Speck, he said, man, that's amazing. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, when I open the door, you know, you should start hearing some Star Wars music. You guys look at this, it looks like a stormtrooper on the inside. Every color, every line kind of complements each other. It's pretty neat. All right, with that interior that looks so good, if it kind of strikes out at you, you know, with too much white, you actually have an app leak you can put in the center console there. And this is a Prius 3, 2016 model, 4th generation. So you're able to put that addition in there and make it black right here on the center console. It's not a little addition to it. Let's talk about the technology though, okay? You got a lot of technology with this vehicle. A lot of safety with this vehicle as well, okay? You have what they call enhanced parking support, all right? Enhanced parking support's really, really good. There's an intelligent clearance sonar adapted to that with a parking assist, all right? So when you're going in and out of parking spots, that intelligent clearance sonar is going to scan the area around you, scanning for stationary objects, all right? Posts, walls, it's going to identify those. As soon as it does, what it's going to do is warn you. At the same time it's warning you, it's going to, you know, tune down the engine and help with the brakes. Now, say you have a warning on the system and you're just not paying attention for what reason, I don't know, it's going to actually brake for you and stop you from hitting that post, that wall, all right? The parking assist, too, is actually really cool. Probably you've seen it on old Volkswagen commercials. Basically what that is, you know, parallel parking, it's going to help you steer, brake, and get in there nicely without you having to worry about it. Parallel parking is kind of a pain in the butt. A couple more things for technology on this is you have the in-tune audio system, navigation and app suite as well. Basically what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm telling you what you can get in all levels, because there's a lot of information, okay? In that app suite, you have the ability to have HD radio. That makes your AM, FM sound like a CD. You have satellite radio, you know, hundreds of channels of what you want to listen to. You have traffic. That's for the bigger city. It's going to tell you, hey, here's where traffic's jammed up. You have weather. You can do a 3-day forecast up to a 10-day. And tell you what the weather is in your area. Navigation, of course, navigation is self-explanatory. It'll tell you where to go, how to get there. You can plug in destinations. If you're looking for something in the immediate area, it's going to tell you where the closest one is and the farthest one is. It's going to tell you what's in your area you can get to. The app suite's pretty cool. We have Facebook, and no, it's not Facebook you see on your phone every time. It's Facebook Places. Toyota doesn't want to keep you distracted, of course. You need to keep your eyes on the road. So it's basically just, finding businesses around. You got Yelp, Bing, Pandora, Open Table, Open Ticket. And that's the app suite that you get on Toyota as well. You have heads-up display, certain trim levels, 3 touring and up, if I'm not mistaken. Heads-up display is kind of like what you see in a Stingray Corvette, if they have that option. In a trim level, a heads-up display would be right here. It's going to be color. It's going to be right on front of your windshield for you. It's going to show the power output you're using, miles per hour. Okay. Another thing is the smart key technology. Who's not familiar with that? It's really easy. Put the key in your pocket, open the door on this side. If you choose not to get in, you can close the door, hit the double lines, lock the door. And it's only going to open that side. You open it from the other, it's going to open all doors for you, okay? It's going to unlock them, right? You can also lock them, again, from that side as well using the sensor. What I'm really excited about getting into is something new that Toyota's done. And what they've done is they put this in the 2016 Prius. It's the Toyota Safety Sense package, okay? It's a new package by Toyota, and they're trying it in here, okay? Toyota Safety Sense consists of a pre-collision alert system, okay? Pedestrian detection, with pedestrian detection, excuse me. You have lane departure alert with steering assist. You have auto high beams, and you have dynamic radars, cruise control, okay? And so what's that mean to you? Just a bunch of words. Well, let me explain it. Pre-collision system, it's going to scan the road ahead of you, keep you from getting into a possible vehicle collision. It's also, while that's doing that, the pedestrian detection system is also going to scan for people walking out on the road under certain conditions. The vehicle is going to alert you. It's going to adjust the power, adjust the brakes. When it's alerting you, if you don't respond, it's going to stop. It's going to stop for you. Now, I'll explain a little more later. Anyway, the next one is lane departure alert. Actually, really cool. We all know what that is. Visible lines on the road. The car detects those lines. If you start veering off, it's going to correct you, and that's where that steering assist comes in. The steering assist, if you don't respond, the vehicle's going to steer back on the road for you. Okay. Auto high beams, another cool feature. You can set it to where it's got a camera up front. It detects what's coming at you, high beams, low beams, that nature. You don't have to worry about changing it. The vehicle's going to do it itself. Okay. Dynamic radar cruise control. For those not familiar, you can set the cruise to a certain speed, but the Prius is going to adjust the speed for you if there's a vehicle ahead of you. So you're going 70 down the highway, a vehicle ahead of you is going 60, you catch up, the Prius is going to adjust to it. But it can also do it out here as well. Okay, so you're going down White Sands, it's going to do that in traffic. I think it's called speed adjustment dynamic radar cruise control. And no, that doesn't mean that you can set it on dynamic radar and depend on the steering assist and go to cruise assist and just hope you don't go off the road. I don't recommend that. It's not going to help you that way. But on top of that kind of safety, because I get a lot of questions, okay? People on the lot, do you know anything, are you interested in a Prius? I mean, is this a vehicle you can see yourself driving? No, I just don't know anything about it, but it doesn't even look safe. I want a bigger SUV, a bigger truck. I feel more safe than that. It's probably one of the safest systems out right now. I mean, that Toyota Safety Sense I just told you, that's on top of 8 airbags that it has in there. That's on top of the Toyota Safety Star system, or Star Safety System, excuse me, which we all know what that is, but I'll repeat it. Electronic brake force distribution, traction control, vehicle control, or excuse me, yeah, vehicle stability control, brake assist, analog brake system, and smart stop technology. Electronic force brake distribution, of course, when you're going fast and you're stopping the vehicle, that force that you're moving forward, okay, your vehicle, the energy, is moving that vehicle forward, the weight is on the front with the engine. What that's going to do is going to help more on the back brakes and stop your vehicle evenly, okay? Electronic force brake distribution. Vehicle stability control, of course we all know that. Prius is going to do everything it can to keep you stable on the road. You start slipping, sliding, losing control in this manner, okay? It's going to keep you stable from flipping. Traction control, we know what that is. Bad road conditions, you're going to have better, it's going to apply breakage, engine power, compensate on the front wheel drive if you're slipping. Brake assist, you're hitting the brakes hard, but the Prius is going to hit it harder for you. Analog brake system, I'm sure we're all familiar with that. It's the pumping of the brakes. The smart stop technology, for some reason, your throttle sticks, you hit the brake, engine's going to shut down, okay? So the safety on this vehicle is paramount. There's no competition. I mean, a Ford C-Max, this blows it out of the water in every aspect. This blows the 15 Prius out of the water. Okay, the 15 Prius, you're getting 51 miles per gallon, 40 or in the city, 48 on the highway. This one, you're getting 54 in the city, 50 on the highway. Then the Prius 2 Eco, you're getting 58 and 54. That's another thing I'll come up to, the trim levels. So you got the Prius 2, they did away with the Prius 5. You got the Prius 2, Prius 2 Eco, Prius 3, 3 Touring, 4 Touring, all right? You also have a Prius C. C stands for city. More smaller compact car, okay? Prius. You have the Prius B. B stands for versatility. A little bit longer, more of a station wagon version of the Prius. As versatile as you are, it's really what it is. I call this the medium, right in between, okay? Guys, that Super Bowl commercial holds justice, all right? As a professional, I went in an older Prius. Actually, when I first drove a Prius, even back in 2014, I was surprised. It blew me away. All right, I wasn't expecting that. Drove a 15 recently, just to compare to this. Again, good, very, very good car. Acceleration's nice, picks it up. When I got in this and I drove it, I was thinking about that commercial I saw during the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, maybe the fishtailing and drifting they were doing is a little out there, but the acceleration, it put me back in my seat. I was like, what's going on? That's crazy. I mean, this got it all. You just gotta want to use it. All the warranty, all right? 2 years, 25,000 miles. You get entire rotations and oil changes, free through Toyota, okay? A 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper to bumper, which in turn, Nick, our finance manager, can offer you an extended service agreement as well on top of that. I just bought a car, I've done it, I got all the agreements I could. It's an option. I would suggest taking it. 5 year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty. And something new this year that I found out that I didn't know about, and told some of the managers they didn't know either. New Mexico just came out this year with a 15-year, 150,000 mile hybrid component warranty. Okay, it doesn't cover the battery, but it covers the hybrid components. At that same time, you have the new 10-year, 150,000 mile battery warranty. Okay, guys, you're covered on this car. You know, perfect for a younger family with a budget. Perfect for the older couple, you know, retirement, don't want to spend a lot of money. And just if you want to help the environment, a very, very good choice. I mean, this is so environmentally sound, it's nothing else compares. Any questions?
He sure did.
Now he's got a what?
Now he's got a
He took this.
Yeah, I
Come back straight and thought. I think the pacing helped him. He had some nice look down the side of it. See what I mean? Can't satisfy everyone. See what I mean? 90%. Are you still about the ice cream?
I am. Because we're live.
See, really?
And I have one viewer. His name's Beth Lister.
Hello, hello, hello. I don't speak Spanish, I'm sorry. No, speak Spanish. Good morning, everybody. Before I get started talking about the 16 Prius, let's talk about Prius in general. This car first debuted in Japan in 1997. It's 18 years ago. The last 18 years, Toyota's kind of set a couple of benchmarks. The first of which is this car is #1 selling hybrid non-plug-in in the world. Okay, 65.4% of the hybrids sold in the world that are non-plug-in are in the Prius family. That's kind of impressive. If you add everybody else together, they can't beat the Prius. In 2008, Prius hit its first benchmark, which was 1 million sold. By 2010, they hit 2 million. By 2013, it was 3 million. By 2015, July of 2015, 5.2 million Priuses between the V, the C, and the regular Prius liftback were sold worldwide. Kind of impressive, okay? They've been doing this for a long time, and I think they've kind of got it figured out. Knowing those figures, they did an independent study in 2012 for dependability, reliability, customer satisfaction, things of that nature. And they asked customers to list in order the cars that they figured were the best. The regular Prius liftback was #1, the Prius V was #3, and the Prius C was #4. Okay, 3 out of the top 5 spots belong to Toyota. It's not going away. This is the 4th generation 2016 Toyota Prius. As you can see, it's dramatically different. Overall, 2.6 inches longer, just over a ½ an inch wider, and 0.8 of an inch lower, which is going to give it more of a sporty feel, better handling, a better center of gravity, better comfort on your ride. Okay, they're still using the 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine accompanied with the hybrid synergy drive. Important thing to think about, okay, because Toyota is also the only one that has a true pairing between the hybrid electric motor and the gas motor. Its competitors like the Honda and things like that, they use the electric motor to give it a little bit of extra power so they can use a smaller engine to get their fuel numbers up. Toyota actually uses the hybrid motor first. Kind of cool. And it doesn't even end there. It isn't even just about the power. Even in the braking systems. With the hybrid regenerative braking system on the Prius, did you know that you probably won't have to change your brakes for 100,000 miles? The only time your brake pads ever touch your rotors is in a panic braking situation or in that final stopping like 5-6 miles an hour down to 0. The rest of the time, the electric motor generators are what slow this vehicle. That's huge. An overall cost of ownership, again, another place that Toyota is going to be first, you're going to spend less with the Prius. Another thing that Toyota's always done well is they believe in safety systems, okay? And they don't believe that you need to buy the fanciest model to get them. So the Toyota Star safety system is standard across the line. You get your analog brakes, your electronic brake force distribution, your smart stop technology, vehicle traction control, and stability control. Those are standard. The new Prius on trim levels 3 Touring and above now come with this Toyota Safety Sense, which is this new kind of package, okay? You're going to get the pedestrian detection system, the pre-collision system, which I watched a video on these things last night, and that is seriously cool. From 15, if you're driving 15 miles an hour through a parking lot and this thing detects a person in your way, if you don't do anything, no brakes, no nothing, this car will stop for you. That's huge. When you're driving through Walmart and you're looking at this spot and you're looking at that spot and you're trying to figure out where can I go, you don't always see that person jump out into the road. Well, now the Prius does for you. That's cool. That's huge. In that package, you're also going to get the full-speed dynamic radar cruise control. When you're going down the highway and that Yahoo pulls in front of you going slower, everybody's used to you hit the brakes and you got to drive with your foot for a little while and then you can finally put it back and go again. The dynamic radar cruise control is going to sense that guy in front of you, slow the vehicle. When he gets out of the way, it's going to resume your previous speed. Just another thing that's going to keep you having a better time driving your new car. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this car. You have a few different trim levels. You have the 2 Eco, 3 Touring, 4, and 4 Touring in the Prius liftback. They did away with the level 5. The biggest difference between the 2 and the 2 Eco is the battery pack. Your old school buyers that just aren't sure about lithium ion technology can still get the nickel metal hydride battery in the Prius 2. If they're not ready to change, that's okay. Everything above that is going to get the lithium ion battery because Toyota finally said we're ready for that. We finally did all of our testing. We figured out how to make that battery pack work, how to not have heating issues, how to not have reliability issues. They took their time. They did their work on it. Okay? Moving to the inside of the vehicle, you're going to notice a fully redesigned interior as well as a smart key technology on every trim level. Does anybody know what smart key technology? Smart key technology is when you have that key on your person, you don't have to know where it is. You can still get in and out of the vehicle and start the vehicle. That's actually kind of cool. Who's ever come out of Walmart with your hands full of bags and stuff and you're going... Or for the ladies in the crowd, you're digging in that oversized handbag because everybody knows as a lady gets older, the bag gets bigger. You got to find it. Well, now you don't have to worry about that, okay? Back to the interior. When this car first came in, a coworker of mine said it was the Stormtrooper interior, and it's kind of what it looks like. Very attractive, black with white accents, very good looking. There's also a black version if you don't want the white. The infotainment center is one of the most user-friendly on the market. This thing, when you go to pair your phone, it will download your phone book, it will download your contacts, your call histories, your text messages. It will do all that for you. If you're an iPhone user, it's even got Siri Eyes Free. So you can still use all your cool little Siri stuff without having to have it all in the car. It's going to access it and do it for you. Okay? Navigation comes standard in this on trim level 3 or above. Standard. And Toyota did one better than everybody else's standard navigation because this navigation, instead of being on one of those little discs that cost you $400 in the parts department, comes on a little micro SD card. That's updatable. Okay? Now there is a one-time fee of about $135. After that, it's lifetime updates, just like your Garmin's and your TomToms and everything else that everyone's very familiar with. But the nice thing is, it's not $400 anymore to get a new set of maps if you've had the car 2 years and you want to drive to St. Louis. Now, in all of their updating and things that they've done to this vehicle, they've also improved the fuel economy, okay? You're going to get 54 in the city, 50 on the highway. It's outrageous. I mean, in a town like this, you're going to fill up once a month if you drive a lot. If you drive a lot. Cruise control, power locks and windows, all that kind of stuff, that comes standard across the line. So you don't have to think about moving up to a certain trim level to find your non-crank windows, things like that. Climate control systems, kind of like a thermostat in your house. You set it, you forget it, you don't worry about it anymore. It's kind of a neat thing. Like I said, they did make this vehicle 2.5 inches longer, which does give you a little bit better space in the back seat for passengers like me who just don't quite fit in your small cars. Another standard feature across the line is the backup camera. There are a lot of vehicles that don't come with a standard backup camera anymore. Prius does. They didn't want you to have to worry about that. 3 child anchor points for your car seats and things of that nature, as well as a very large cargo area here in the back. Now, I did a little bit of product comparison against the competitors. The Ford C-Max, that one's getting 42 miles a gallon in the city, so you still got it by 12 miles a gallon. The only thing it challenges with is a bumper you can kick to open the back thing. But me personally, I don't know if I'd want to kick a bumper on a Ford, it might fall off. Guys, all the way around, this is just a cool car. If you haven't driven it, you really ought to. Does anybody have any questions? What's the question? You know that I don't know that. I didn't see that in all the stuff I was coming across on this thing. Being as brand new, I was having to use a system I'm not real familiar with using to get my information. But I'll find that out and I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go get Eric.